No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Soviet Tier 7 tank destroyer, the Slayer Su-152. Now this is the TD that came with that buffed version of the Su-152's gun before the KV-2 Dreadnought. And when this tank first came out, I absolutely loved it because number one, I loved the Su-152. And I was filthy with the Su-152, just like I am with the Slayer. And that is, I loaded the full heat Su-152 with its 250 heat pen and just went to town on Tier 7s and Tier 8s and Tier 9s because it was memes. It just hits so hard. Like, I love the Su-152 for that. I mean, the Su-152, the original gun that is on this, on the tech tree version of this tank, has 135 pen on its AP. 250 on its heat and can sling HE. Now, I decided, you know what, screw the AP. That 135 just isn't enough for the most part. 250 heat pen is devastating, especially at tier 7, so screw it. I'm going to load full heat. And with a couple of rounds of HE, obviously. And it was glorious. I had so many good games at that time. I had so much fun. Not sure the enemy teams did, as these guys aren't having fun. And with the Su-152 it just became better. Now, I don't load full heat on my Dreadnought because, to be honest, 175 pen is enough, right? It's enough for pretty much everything at this tier. But the fact that this thing doesn't have a turret really does impact on the use of the gun sometimes. So I just decided when I started playing it, you know what, screw it, you know, like obviously the Dreadnought as a turret is way more flexible. This isn't, I'm not going to take chances on bouncing and stuff like that. I'm just going to make sure. Plus I think the Dreadnought's actually more accurate for some ungodly reason than the TD is. But that's the way it is. But yeah, the Slayer really, really wrecks, and I mean, you all know my love for derp guns, because derp is love, derp is life, right? And when you can just do stuff like, okay, I was about to say like that, but you know, we bounced on the side of the Black Prince because Black Prince is also overpowered. So you know, Black Prince. We all know the Black Prince is OP, but you can do stuff like that. Now, God knows how that shell hit, but it did. It hurt him. I think it went straight into the top of his turret, which, yeah, okay, that was quite. I'll say quite lucky. That was incredibly lucky, but we'll take it. You know, we've penned, what, 4 shots? 5 shots, we're at 2.6k damage. Is beautiful, honestly. And I do love derping away with this tank. As I like just derping in general, because derp is love, derp is life. So these guys are really not focusing on me. Unfortunately, we snapped the shot on that P43. It doesn't go in, and I'm now on this reload. He's only got 10 hit points, so I mean, I could have HE in and just blap the guy, right? But he's dead now, and there's this Black Prince. He's just completely unaware of me. And I should have finished him off. We get lucky bouncers, but he should have been dead. 700 alpha I've got. He had 630 health. I rolled for 620. Or he had 640 health and I rolled for 630, one of the two. That's just the low rolls we're getting. I think they need to change that back, because the low rolls that we have at the minute are painful. Now, they have changed it so that the chances of getting the average pen roll or higher is more likely. I think it's something like plus 25%, minus 10% or something like that. But then the damage rolls is reversed. So they've made it so you're more likely to go with your base pen and pen more often, but at the same time, you're never as likely to roll for anywhere near what your alpha is, and it's very annoying. Because you're getting more rolls like that. 622. Left him on 3 health. 700 alpha. He should be dead, right? And I should have loaded HE here, because HE would have finished him off, but I mean, I can pen the guy on the side with hit anyway. But yeah, the low rolls at the minute are really painful, and they're really noticeable, because there's so many times you go around a corner and go, oh, that guy's got like 620 health, you know, I'll kill him. Oh, I rolled for 618, even though I've got 700 alpha. Yeah, it does get a little bit frustrating. But it is nice to hit things more often anyway. So, you know. But that was a nice game for the Slayer. 4k damage nearly. High caliber. It's just a beautiful tank. I really do love it as a TD. That's the thing with it being a TD as well, is it is quite, you know, stealthy for the most part as well. You know, you can hide through. If you use this thing to be an actual TD and be a bit more passive, you know, it's got quite good camo. So you can fire from behind bushes, not really get spotted, especially with putting stuff like the camouflage net. Well, it's not a camo net anymore, is it? It's a advanced concealment, I think, is what it's called, something like that. Having that on the tank, having the good crew skills, like having the camo and stuff like that, they'll struggle to spot you if you using that camo right. But you can also play it like exactly like I am, which is just stupidly aggressive. Like, it's not exactly designed to be playing as aggressively as I've been playing it, but yeah, you can do it because of the high alpha. Because you can sling shots in for so much health, right? That's where you can play this tank so aggressively. So we're on Catherine in this second game, and I want to be in a position to shoot things. Now, obviously, I'd normally go to the hills on the left, but I can be here and get sniper shots. Now, look how slim this shot is. Yep, it went straight in. If we actually rolled for our average, we would have one-shot that guy, but we didn't. We rolled for 693, which is better because, you know, we haven't been hitting for anywhere near that anyway, so that's nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get the second shot, but yeah, it wasn't the most well-aimed shot in the universe. I'm just looking for shots of that AT-15, but then we've got this, well, our tech tree brother in the open. We finish him off, and it's like, okay, I'm spotted now. I don't want to be here because there's quite, if there's stuff over there, they could quite easily shoot me, and I don't want to wait around to see if they're in a position to shoot me. So I'm going to decide to go over here instead. You see where that AT-15 is? It's like that is now my lunch. I want that. I want all of your hit points, AT-15A. I want it. I'm expecting him to be coming my way because he has been trundling this way, right? But actually, he's swiveling round. So it's like, okay then, easy damage. Straight in, 660. It's so satisfying seeing numbers like that fly up. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. Who doesn't love derp guns? Derp guns are great. But as you see, they are capping. Right, you see the cap and it's like, okay, we need to help the cap here, right? So I'm going to drive up. There's just this lonely KV-85. This poor KV-85. He's all alone in this cap. And, you know, when you've got a big honking gun travelling towards you, it's never going to end well. And there's a light tank on the left that's making me hesitate. But my light tank seems to be doing something about it, so you know what? I'm just going to ignore that light tank. Hopefully the two light tanks are dueling, and I'm just going to pop a big shot into that KV-85. Set him on fire. We rolled for 545, by the way. 545 for a 700 alpha gun. I tell you, the low rolls, yeah, when you're playing higher alpha guns as well, you really do notice it. Now, I don't know if we get lucky there, or if he just didn't pull the trigger in time. I don't know, because I kind of expected to take a hit then from that KV-85. But luckily enough, we don't take a hit from him. And it's like, okay, next targets. There's the light tanks up here, so I'm going to just slap a shot towards that dragon. Unfortunately, it missed. Which, yeah, is unfortunate, but we were on the move. So the likelihood of hitting that with a big derp gun is, you know, same as always, pretty unlikely. But you never know what RNG does. RNG could have just smiled upon us and, you know, we'd have actually done some damage. So there's two heavy tanks down in the ditch, and I know there was something over here. And I wanted to come find it, but then we get spotted by the light tank, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, I need to try and help my guys over here, because that light tank's kind of running rampage, right? We try and slap the shot in, but unfortunately it misses. Like, this tank isn't the sniper, which is why it's kind of nice to have it up close and personal and brawl, which is probably why I do it, to be fair. And hitting that light tank on the move at that distance is going to be a harder one to do, right? So, there we go. There's a heavy tank spotted just over here. It's a KV2. Fortunately enough for me, he doesn't pen us, because the KV2 can pen this from the front. It's just got to hit the right plate. And we shut him down with a snapshot. But here's a juicy target. 250 heat pen on this tank is going to go through that Oni pretty much every single time. And he is a beautiful hit point pinata. So, I want to keep shooting him. But unfortunately, he has gone behind that cover. And it's like, right, okay, he's not going to pop back out. So we're gonna play dangerous games here. It's like, low enough. There we go, shut him down. Just tilted enough so that we can finish off that guy from above, which is pretty nice. And I'm thinking of, like, shall I go down and meet this heavy tank now and this light tank? Because I don't think that Oni is going to come back. I'm expecting that Oni to come down there, so I'm sort of setting myself up ready. And then I get spotted, and it's like, wait, what? Did he spot me? No, the Oni came back there. It's like, well, okay then, I'll just chance it. And blap. Eat it. Like, I know obviously the Oni's got a long reload, and I can get behind this cover here and not die, basically, from him. I think he's not running the derp gun, he's running the short AP gun. So I know he's not going to kill me in one shot unless he high rolls, but like I say, rolls have been pretty poopy. This light tank's coming up, and it's like, I think whoever it was I was in the platoon with at the time was like, oh, you're in for it now, and then it's like, oh, no, he just rams himself to death on me. It's like, cheers, dude, thank you, let me off the hook. We're up to 4.3k damage. There's one guy in the cap, and we know where he is. He probably knows where we are. So I'm just going to wait here, because I don't want to throw the game, basically. And I'm going to wait for this stay of Waffenträger to actually come and join me, so that hopefully we can go in together. If I die, he'll shut this dreadnought down, and yeah. But fortunately enough for me, I was quicker on the draw there in the panicked moment to shut down the dreadnought, and we finished him off. So we finished that game with 6 kills, 4.7k damage, and just an incredibly nice game for the Slayer. We get an ace tanker, high caliber, top gun, and it's a tank that I really do enjoy. I love playing it, but it's one that I don't play that often. I mean, who doesn't love derp guns? I do. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.